मैं पिक्स के बिहाफ से आप साਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ 25ਵੀਂ ਸ਼ਤਾਬਦੀ ਤੇ ਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਦੱਬ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਤਾਜ ਵਿਖੇ 6 ਵਜੇ 2 ਨਵੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਇਹਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੀਡਸ ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਕੇਅਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵਰਤੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਕੇਅਰ 2013 ਜਾਂ 14 ਚ ਬਣ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ। ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਪਿਕਸ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 5967722।
ਸੋ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹਰ ਹਫਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਆਸਾ ਕੀ ਵਾਰ ਦੀ। ਅਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਮੁੱਖ ਮਕਸਦ ਇਹੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਯੰਗਸਟਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਨ ਸਟ੍ਰੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਸਕੇ ਕਿ ਵਾਟ ਡਜ਼ ਸਿੱਖਿਜ਼ਮ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਫॉर। ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਫਾਸਟ ਪੇਸਡ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਕੋਲ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਾਦ ਦੇਨੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰਬੰਸ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਡੋਲਾ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਹੀ ਬਲਿਸ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਦ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੇਕਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਪਾਥ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਜ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਐਕਿਊਮੂਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਕਰ ਲਈਆਂ ਹੋਣ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੁੱਖ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਦ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਸਾ ਕੀ ਵਾਰ ਇਹੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਲੈਟਸ continue with this spiritual journey whereby Sardar Harbans Singh Kandola will take us on this journey whereby he'll talk about Asa Ki War. Ji Anand ji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Harpreet ji, we have covered 3 episodes so far, and what we learned from those episodes is that Guru Sahiban, Bhagat Sahiban through Sri Guru Granth Sahib has shown us the spiritual path, or written the instructions for us. Kiv Sachiara hui hai. Guru Sahib कहते हैं how to be a good human being, you know, instruct us that way, and how we should conduct ourselves in the society, and how can we live in peace, happiness and harmony. And in fact that Guru said, Guru Prasad, Guru has done his job and given us the path. Now it's up to us whether we want to walk on that path or not. And what we learned through there is God is a treasure of virtues. You know, and virtues like love, compassion, patience, tolerance, forgiveness, contentment, responsibility, harmony, concern for others. And when we attain these virtues in a practical life, what the Gurus help us, we learn coping skills, and deal with the daily life challenges. And we feel optimism, feeling of hope, rather than feeling of despair and hopelessness. And that reduces our feeling of stress, depression, and fear and anxiety, anger and resentment. And gives us a positive attitude. And that helps us build healthy relationships in our family and in our husband-wife kind of relationships. And also we learn to live according to the hukum. Raja Pana, we will talk a lot about that. Kudrat da nizam, laws of the nature, we call will of God. Harpreet ji, when I look around and we see a lot of problems, challenges in the families and with our youth. And here is the path where we can follow. For sure we can live in peace, happiness and harmony. And that's the purpose of religion, no doubt, in our life. That's what the religion is about.
Very right. This point what you have raised is absolutely right, that the basic purpose of religion is to make you stronger, and then so that you can cope up with the problems, challenges which you face in life.
We face problems in the life.
That's another thing, because generally, you know, it's not that those problems are going to run away if you are, you know, following the spiritual path.
We'll talk about that. But an important point here is to make it is now completely up to us to follow the instructions, live the truth, or we ignore and turn our backs. Completely up to us. It's up to the society. Guru has done his job. Now it's up to the society कि ਅਸੀਂ लड़ के मरना, को कर्म करते रहना, do evil actions, and powerful continue exploiting and oppressing the helpless, the defenseless. God does not come in and hold our hand and say, hey man, what are you doing? No, that is not the spirituality is. God is instructed us not to do evil actions. It's up to us whether we want to continue doing
Ji.
or not. And important concept. And rest is all, this is the religion, rest is all pakhand. And it's a way of life.
Ji.
And how can we conduct, we should conduct.
So what you're trying to say is that we have been shown that path of righteousness, and
Yes.
it is our duty to follow
Absolutely.
that. God is not
It's-
going to come and tell you that do this or do that.
And
He has given you the free will.
Exactly. If you, we'll talk about if you pray,
Ji.
that's not going to change the laws of nature. Otherwise, if God was interfering
Ji.
in here, God would have killed Hitler before he killed
So
6
many,
million
absolutely,
people.
Jews, right?
God would have stopped the dictators to do genocide in the society.
Ji.
God would have stopped the corrupt politicians of today, which are creating the world violence in
Very
the whole
true.
world. It's up to us to fix these problems.
Ji.
God has shown us the way how to fix these.
Very right.
It's up to us to listen and fix these problems and live in peace and harmony. ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਯਮ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ।
Ji.
ਉਹ ਨਿਯਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਦਲਣਾ। For example, the whole world can pray that sun rises 5 minutes late tomorrow. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, right?
That's the law of nature. That's we were trying to understand this concept.
Ji.
And we must live according to the nizam, the will of God. And the other point here I want to make when we discuss here, that when we discuss Gurbani, when we interpret Gurbani, we must discuss it in the context of way of life.
Right.
In the context of how is it relevant to our life today, and in the context that it does not violate the laws of nature.
Okay.
If somebody says, oh, this will happen, but the laws of nature, it doesn't,
Right.
then somebody is doing a pakhand. Somebody is to say, well, son will born.
Right.
We'll talk about that. And it is universal for the whole humanity.
Right.
And this is logic, reason, and on scientific.
So what you're trying to say, it's not a magical formula whereby if you read something and then you're going to get some boon.
No.
It is a way of life and you have to follow that.
You have to follow.
Internalize that.
Internalize
Right.
and live that
Right.
truth. Now after that learnings, we go to Pauri 2.
Ji.
And in Pauri 2, Harpreet ji, Guru Nanak says, Nanak ji upaay ka, likhnaave dharam bahalya.
Ji.
I just love this message. It has such a profound implication
Ji.
in our daily life. In the spiritual world, how are we held accountable for our actions and behavior? And Guru said, we learned that God is within us. We, in our conscious, in our mind, in our antikarn, in our atma.
Ji.
And Guru Arjan Patsha, I was reading, beautifully explained this concept.
Ji.
Hey man, don't look outside, look inside.
Look
you
within.
never look inside. And Guru says, Dekho achraj paya, je thakar kao sunat agad bodh, so hriday gurdaya.
Ji.
Very significant. Guru says something amazing happened. Humans thought God is outside,
Ji.
up in heavens, and outside this world, beyond human comprehension. But Guru showed me that God is within, in the consciousness, in Atma Jameer. God is a treasure of virtues within me. The voice of our consciousness, our Jameer, our Atma is the voice of God within us.
Right.
That voice we need to listen to, which we always ignore.
Right.
And that voice is Dharmaraj Likhnave Dharm Bahalya. That voice is Dharmaraj. It's
Right.
not something up there,
right.
a detective who account for you and keep account of your actions or daily actions.
Ji.
We are accountable to our conscious, our Jameer. Mera Prabh antar baitha vekhe. Guru says, Mera Prabh antar baitha vekhe. You look inside, ਸਿਆਣੇ ਆਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਮੀਰ 'ਚ ਗਿਰਨਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਦੁੱਖ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ।
Right.
ਆਪਣੀ ਆਤਮਾ 'ਚ ਗਿਰਨਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਮੀਰ 'ਚ ਗਿਰਨਾ,
ਆਪਣੀ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਡਿੱਗ ਜਾਣਾ,
ਆਪਣੀਆਂ
when you
ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ
fall
ਤੋਂ
below
ਗਿਰ
your,
ਜਾਣਾ।
yeah, under your eyes, right,
ਉਹ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਂ
absolutely.
ਤੋਂ ਗਿਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਭਾਵ ਆਪਣੀ conscious, ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਮੀਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਿਟਕਾਰ ਪਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ। Guru says, when we are disgraced in our own consciousness,
ਜੀ।
we lose self-esteem,
Right.
self-pride and self-value.
Ji.
ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਲਿਖਨਾਵੇ ਧਰਮ ਬਹਾਲਿਆ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। We do not know what happens after our death.
जी.
but we know what happens now.
Right, and we have control over that.
We have
Basically, we
control
can
over
control
that.
that. Even if something is happening after that, I don't have control over it. But right now, I have the opportunity, I have the free will,
Yeah.
whereby I can control my action,
Yeah.
which can lead me to that path of goodness, which
We will worry about
spirituality
when we
talks
know
about.
what happens after that. We don't know.
Nobody
at this
knows,
time,
yeah.
right? And Gurbani talks about life
Ji.
here and now.
Ji.
Guru says, Likhna mein taram bahalya means those with noble actions
Ji.
enjoy bliss and peace,
Right.
and with evil actions suffer pain and sorrow. But our mind, Guru says, our mind can make heaven of hell and hell of heaven.
Right.
Choice is ours. Guru has shown the path.
Ji.
Guru says, Jaisa bije, taisa khave, and Jaisa seve, taiso hoye. So what you see,
So shall you reap.
Very powerful message in this line. In this spiritual world, we must face consequences of our actions.
Ji.
Guru says here, the Gurbani says, Mansa kyo kyaho divano koi nas bhaj nikla hai, har divano kithe jaya.
Ji.
Guru says, one may escape from human court,
Ji.
but how can one escape from the court of the God? Our own conscience,
Our own
अपनियां नजरां च, अपनी जमीर च, मेरा प्रभ अंतर बैठा है. हर दीवानों किथे जाए? Court our consciousness. We cannot run away from that. And some people will say people get away with the murder. We'll talk about that.
Right.
But no, people who cheat, who do bad things, consciously they're not happy.
Well, that's a very important point what you have raised in Asaki War, what Guru Sahib is trying to tell us, that we have to be aware of what we are doing. And to be aware of our consciousness means that we need to understand the basic concept and then not do anything wrong, because what we think is God is somewhere else and we keep on doing everything wrong.
It is inside, it is within us. Look inside. It is about our mind, it's about our thought processes.
Right.
Guru has shown that path, like how you deal with that challenges of life.
Wonderful. We'll go for a short break, come back and continue with the discussion. Voice of consciousness is the voice of God. It's a very important phrase, and if we incorporate this in our life, I think all the problems can be solved, because then our mind will not take us to something do wrong. So we'll continue with the discussion जी लेने छोटी सी ब्रेक वापस आवांगे तो सरदार हरबंस सिंह कंडोला नाल ये सांझ पैंदी रहेगी वेखदे रहो द हरप्रीत सिंह शो.